Welcome to the Bookers Alliance podcast, where we hold the pencil and the pencil is power. Coming at you right now is your host, Marky Mark, along with the man, the myth, the legend, Frank Donaldson. Join us as we discuss the ever-changing landscape of professional wrestling. So hang on tight, you jabronis, and enjoy the ride. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for joining today's episode of the Bookers Alliance podcast. Come on inside the house, bring yourself up a ringside seat, get your soda, your popcorn, your whiskey, get everything you need, because it's the best in the world, predictable as hell.
Well, you got to get, the first thing you need to get is comfortable, because all is made right with the world once again. So now we finally got the right hobo with the right belt. And
I was going to say, the hobos part didn't change.
That's why I say we got the right hobo with the right belt now, so we're all good there.
Please tell me what forest he grew on his chest for that comeback.
I think he just forgot. Because he had been, did you see his arms? Did you see the muscle? See, I think he had been hitting the gym, and it got.
It's called testosterone.
I was going to say, he'd been taking that Primal Viking, and he'd been hitting the gym and doing all that. And I think all that, kind of canned it. I think he just forgot. He was like, damn. He was like, wait a minute, because if you're gonna let it grow in, okay, but damn, why'd you let it grow in gray?
Well, to his defense, though, he was called at the last minute.
That's what I'm saying. Right? They probably called him around 10 o'clock, and he didn't have time to take care of that. But that's why, if you're gonna let it grow, why the hell you let it go in gray?
All right. So in case you have been living under a rock and don't know who the hell we talking about, the best in the world, CM Punk, is now your WWE heavyweight champion.
Well, hell, if you don't know what we're talking about right now, I need you to go to last week's episode and catch up. So I need you to log out real quick. Don't bookmark us. Don't leave us. Log out real quick. Go back and listen to last week's episode, and then we'll break down all the hilarity that transpired in between last week's episode to this week's episode. But again, everything is right with the world, because we got the right hobo as champ, but we also got a redo on our subscriber this week.
Seems like it.
We got to sometimes they send you a case.
Yeah, we got to talk about the sponsor. Yeah. We got Knob Creek again as our sponsor for this week. This time though, Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey.
Yeah, we don't want to get it twisted now. Let's not pretend that we're not doing a redo.
Right. This ain't a repeat, but same company though.
Sometimes they send you a case, and sometimes you like one so good you had to do it twice.
Got 100 proof, and congrats to Mr. CM Punk.
All right.
Yeah, that's 100 proof.
Yep.
Ooh.
Burning just like last week. At least they're consistent.
That is true. True.
Yeah.
Good rye spice, good burn on the gullet there. It's pretty good. I'd say.
Definitely rye. You said rye. I taste the rye in there. It's pretty like good, you got that wheat flavor in there. I get it.
All right, let's talk about it. We had Sami Zayn as our WWE heavyweight champion.
Wait, hold on, stop. Before we go too far, didn't that guy just get cut? I know I saw a redhead get cut this week that they're talking about going to. I thought it was Sami Zayn.
Nope, wasn't Sami Zayn.
Oh, was it his older brother?
Nope.
Oh, well, hell.
that was somebody with far pastier skin.
Not much paste. Not that much far. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So we need a double cheers to that. If Sheamus truly is going out to either retirement or greener pastures, Sheamus, thank you for everything within the WWE. Many, many years that we watched you in the ring, outside of the ring. I still watch your Celtic workouts. Look, I'm a fat man, but I want to be muscular. So
you're trying. That's all it takes.
So congratulations, Sheamus.
All right. Which, speaking of though, since we're bringing him up, I got to voice a gripe that I already got.
All right,
and it stems off of some of last week's episode when you told me that the world title win out over in Saudi made Sami Zayn what is he? What'd you call him? He with his champions thing. You said he was what kind of champion?
A Grand Slam champion.
Yeah, he's a Grand Slam champion. You're telling me that hobo can be a Grand Slam champion.
Sheamus couldn't get it done.
Sheamus can't get it done. And Sheamus had 20 years knocking at the door.
Yeah.
Come on now. That's what I remember saying in last week's episode. There are so many other people that were more deserving of it and really had earned it and cut their teeth in the company to do it. And then this happens this week. And I was like, damn, it's almost like he heard us and said, you know what? If they ain't giving me the title, I'm out of here, fella.
So to Sheamus's credit, though, the time the time he had left that he could have went for the Intercontinental Championship, it was tied up with Dominic Mysterio, and then they had to push John Cena into getting that Grand Slam type of a role. And then Sheamus, he went on out again, never to return. So, I mean, they had plenty of years before that.
That's what I'm getting at.
They should have gotten him into that somehow, some way, by hook or by crook.
Yeah, there was a time and place where he was wrestling Rusev and Wade Barrett,
Drew.
Yeah, a lot of those guys that were Intercontinental Champion that he could have, found his way to get one title reign to give him that Grand Slam. Not doing it was almost like an oversight, kind of like they did with John Cena, where at the end you're like, holy hell, we're running out of time. How are we not putting him in the history books under this category? Let's get him in there.
Get him in there. Yep. So Sammy had a match scheduled with the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes after Cody had won his number one contendership match against Jey Uso on SmackDown the week prior. Interesting way to start an episode of Monday Night Raw.
So it was creative.
It was creative.
And we had talked about it last week. I think the internet talked it to death. They had painted themselves, or quote unquote booked themselves into a corner with the situation that they made anyway. To whereas I think, even Stevie Wonder could see that Cody was going to be made world champion.
Wait. You telling me Stevie Wonder's actually blind?
So not in this sense. 'Cause like I said, nobody missed the boat on this one. Hell,
no, they did.
Everybody knew what was coming, is that Sammy's losing the title on Monday.
Correct.
That part we all knew. And they knew it too. They knew they'd booked themselves into this corner, and they're like, damn, we may have, screwed the pooch here a little bit, because everybody knows what's happening. It's too predictable. So they said, well, let's put some kind of spin on it. And I think they found a creative way to do it.
The spin they put on it, I liked. I liked Gunther kind of being the foil. I liked the attack on Cody. I liked Sammy getting in Gunther's face, so to speak. But then I also liked Cody basically getting demolished by the car door. I thought that was really creative and really well shot.
Yeah, that was a really good spot. I mean, they angled it just right. Because don't know
if you really weren't paying attention. You're like, shit,
right? Yeah,
Cody
you think he just got jacked up?
Yeah,
you right. You think he just got took out?
Yeah. So I mean, really well done angle.
That's what happens when you bring them Hollywood guys.
Yeah,
you start getting those. You start getting better shots and stuff like that. WWE, pay some people. They'll make it look good. Hey, why not?
So obviously them kind of spinning it right there, and then the tag throughout the night. Is Cody going to make it? Is he going to be cleared? Now
wait, let's clarify here. But before all that tagging and all that nonsense happened, as soon as that car door hit Cody in the head, did you get a text?
Oh yeah, I did.
What did that text say?
You said Punk.
Yeah, and what did I say Punk was going to do?
Come and win the championship.
So while it was creative as hell up to that point, the minute Cody was even potentially out of the match, I'm like, well, we know where this shit's going.
Right.
But this is no confusion here.
But this is why, in my opinion, the title of this show stands. Best in the world. I have no problem with CM Punk winning this belt.
I have one problem with it. We'll get into it, though.
I have no problem with it. But again, like you said, as soon as Cody was gone and you saw Gunther ushered out of the building, they're in freaking Chicago, for Christ's sake.
Come on. Hell.
I mean, there is no other city in the world synonymous with a man more than Chicago and CM Punk.
No, absolutely not. I mean, Ric Flair, it isn't even that close to Charlotte. Hell, he don't even live here no more. But
right.
Whenever you say wrestling in Chicago, I don't care what company you're looking at. I don't care. CM Punk's name is getting changed.
You get Sky Blue, right?
Absolutely. See, his name is getting.
You said you walked right into it.
No, I thought you meant the color. That's because that's the city colors. That's what as soon as you said that, right? But then I remembered. I'm like, wait, your mind is somewhere else.
See now, there you go.
That's why I had to catch on after. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, you mean the other Sky
Kyle
Blue.
Fletcher. I mean, I'm sorry.
There you go.
But yeah, it was in that moment. You kind of really realize what's happening, where this is twisting to. Now, Here's what I do like about this. Even though in that moment it was predictable to me, I kind of like, oh yeah, here it is. Here's where it's going. The other stories that were spinning around this, very interesting to me, very intriguing to me, because there was the main story, but then there's supporting cast to all of this.
Yeah.
Gunther taking out Cody.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. So Gunther, Cody, this could be a lifelong feud.
Well, I mean, them two are supposed to be mortal enemies. I mean, come on now.
It's Rocky and Drago.
Well, yeah, because Triple H came up under the Vince learning tree. So, I mean, of course, he's going to take the big foreign evil monster and put him against the American hero.
Correct.
Jesus Christ.
So
this is 101 right here.
So that story is spinning around this. Mm-hmm. You had the story of Sammy actually kind of trying to be a chicken shit heel again, trying to get out of the match.
Another foreign villain.
Right. so you had that story spinning around this, and then Adam Pearce going, no, we promised people in Chicago a championship match. You're the champion. It doesn't matter who you're defending it against. We're going to have a championship match.
Very true. But then keep in mind, they also found a way to re-interject Nick Aldis into that whole thing, which
is
I'm definitely excited for. Yeah, I'm definitely excited for the culmination of that, because we got it teased last year going into Mania when KO got injured. And they had, and they were substituting, and then, Randy had to have an opponent. Yep. And we got a tease where he was dropping Nick Aldis, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, Nick Aldis, I remember what he was as a wrestler, as Magnus, and then NWA World Champion.
Yep.
And I'm like, him standing across the ring from a Randy Orton, that's pretty damn intriguing to me. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty damn intriguing. But we didn't get it right. They ended up going with Joe Hendry, for Christ's sake. I don't know why that was the alternative method, but
I believe in Joe Hendry.
I mean, and I guess they don't want Nick to just go out there and get mauled in the first match, with 2 RKOs and go home.
Joe had too much going on.
Yeah, and he was a hot hand in the moment, but now I'm like, okay, maybe we did the right thing, because Nick would have ended up being a heel in that, whether he intended to or not. He was going to end up being a heel in that, because WWE fans don't know him. They know Randy Orton.
So not only do you have the story of Adam Pearce making a match, making Sammy defend it against an opponent that he doesn't know, Nick and Adam, there was barbs traded between those two.
Yeah, two former NWA champions staring face to face.
They're getting a little testy with each other, because Adam is kind of calling him out. Look, if you would be able to control your temper, you wouldn't be in the mess you're in.
Yeah.
And, they're telling Adam, you're a crappy general manager. You're in it for yourself. And then here's the interesting part that nobody's talking about.
What's that? That Triple H is really the puppeteer behind the whole thing, that would be a good, bad, or indifferent, and those poor 2 get saps are just characters.
Here's the
Unfortunately, no one will talk about that, but we are the Bookers Alliance. We give you the behind the scenes.
Here's the part nobody's really talking about. We need justice for Sammy.
Ooh. Shit. So
here's why. The opponent for Sami Zayn from Monday Night was found by a general manager who was suspended. He had no right to make that match.
He didn't make the match.
He just made a
phone call. Anybody can make a phone call.
Right. So is legitimacy in play, considering he was suspended but found the opponent for Sami Zayn?
He just made a phone call.
He made a phone call.
Anybody can make a phone call. Plus,
I don't know.
Punk was fully dressed and oiled up, and I mean,
body hair and all.
Yeah, so it ain't like he got called in off the street. Had they wanted to play that, he would have came in his tight, in his workout pants and a t-shirt.
Here's what I am loving about all of this, though. They took something. Now, the title, predictable as hell. CM Punk Chicago, the title victory.
Summer of Punk.
To me, all of that is predictive as hell. To me, look, I get it. I get everything that you've said. I truly understand from a business perspective. You don't want the title on Sami Zayn.
For Christ's sake.
I get it.
Yuck.
But this is where me as a wrestling fan, I don't care what's best for business.
Okay.
In the moment, I want the fandom of it all. I want the unpredictability. I want to be able to turn into the show and not know what was going to happen. Now, they spun me in that direction at the very beginning.
Yeah.
They did. They spun me in that direction at the very beginning.
Certainly did.
But Punk being in Chicago and winning the belt, to me, that's predictable. But here is what's not predictable. And this is what I like. It's all this shit that's revolving and spiraling around all of this.
Yeah.
This is what I like.
Well, that's the benefit of the correct people in the correct places, right? Mm-hmm. You can make a lot of other stories. It's like Roman being at the top. When Roman's at the top, a lot of other people, what do they say? High water makes all ships rise. When Roman's the high water and he makes all the other ships rise, that's when wrestling's good. When a lot of other people are circulating around Roman, that's when shit's good.
Yep.
When a lot of people are circulating around Sami Zayn, that's when shit's bad. So upside, though, what you just said, it was also very predictable. That's why I tried not to talk to you about this all week, because I've been waiting for you to say that in the moment. You love the moment and blah, blah, blah. Because last week you sung the praises. They gave the Saudi fans what they wanted in the moment. They gave their hometown hero his magical crown and blah, blah, blah. Well, now they did the exact same shit this week for the Chicago crowd. Yep. Now you're pissed off about it.
I am pissed off about it.
Hypocrite.
No, as Daniel Bryan says, fickle.
Exactly.
I'm fickle.
Hippocratic oath, hypocritical oath. You're taking the hypocritical oath this week on the wrestling show.
All right, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, exactly. Now you're getting it. But yeah, so again, it's Chicago. It's the summer of Punk. Yeah. It's CM Punk. If you want a moment that resonates on TV,
dude, the crowd pop, no lie.
Well, that's incredible. If you want a moment that resonates on TV, I was willing to give you that part of it. It resonated last week on TV. Sami looked good in the crowd, celebrating, blah blah blah. It all looked wonderful. The difference, though, is after all that happened, Cody came out and congratulated Sami, and he said, "You know what? Congratulations, you did it." And then he tried to walk off, but Sami pulled him back in.
Right.
Punk went out there, did the same thing. What did Sami do? Sami went in the back and cut a crybaby-ass promo, literally crybabied, sat on his ass on the concrete and cried.
He crashed out.
And cursed it, and there you go. There's perfect term for that. He had a complete meltdown afterward. That shows the difference between Cody Rhodes, and I'm doing the real high mark over here for those of y'all who can't see, and then Sami Zayn. Now I'm doing that mid-card battle right here. That's the difference between the two characters. So
okay, I'll buy that for $1. You know, I get where you're coming from, but to me, through my eyes, the way that I see it, you're continuing to develop Sami's character, because now he had a taste of glory, he had a taste of sweetness, and now it's like, okay, I just got this shit taken from me.
Yeah, absolutely. I got the rug pulled out from under me. It is more character for him. It just won't result with a world title again.
I don't think it will. I agree with that. I don't think he'll ever sniff the world title again.
He might sniff it at WrestleMania next year, but I think they did. I think they shot their wad too soon, and I think they missed the boat on that.
But what I do see happening with Sami now, Jacob Fatu tweeted, and all he tweeted was a little blood drop.
Yeah.
I could see Sami getting pulled back into the bloodline story somehow.
I mean, if he wants to find a way to circulate around the world title, that's his way.
That's his way.
Because his way on SmackDown's done. That's over. That's gone. But now, so before we transition out of this conversation, remember a little bit ago, I said I did have a problem with CM Punk winning the world title.
Yes, you did.
So
elaborate, sir.
Right, as I just celebrated and heralded, because that's the Chicago in me, where I have to look at a Chicago hero and say, oh my God, wonderful, absolutely great. But I'm not a hypocrite, unlike some hosts on this show. So I have to stay consistent. I have to stay true to form. Last week, I said Seth Rollins had found a way to lose in the King of the Ring tournament, but yet he wandered his way into a world title match at SummerSlam. Last week, I told you Sami Zayn lost his ass off going into Night of Champions, and somehow or another, he wandered his way into a title shot. He lost at Rumble. He lost at Mania. He lost at Backlash. He's a loser. That's what he is, but he got a world title. CM Punk, the last time we saw him, what did he do?
He lost.
He lost. What the hell are we doing in the WWE where every effing loser on the planet can get a world title shot? Is that the reward for being crap ass as you wander into a title shot?
But he was the great Bambino. He called his spot. He told Cody Rhodes, sometimes championship titles just fall from the sky.
He called his spot on going into WrestleMania. He said, I'm going to put Roman Reigns down and I'm going to be the one to beat the Samoan dynasty and blah, blah. And it was the same nonsense I heard back in 2013 when he wrestled Rock going into WrestleMania. WrestleMania. His ass lost then, he lost now, and then he wanders back in and gets a title for it. That's his congratulations for losing one title. You get the next title the next time we see you.
If I'm going to walk across the tracks and come into your doctrine of Sami Zayn, this was probably an Ari Emanuel decision. I can't go into SummerSlam with Sami Zayn holding my belt.
The hell, I think it was a minute decision to give him the title in Saudi just to please the Saudi people, right? I think all this is coming from up above. I don't think Triple H ever would have made Sami champion. I don't think Triple H would have loved making Punk champion. I think Triple H would have preferred Cody carrying into SummerSlam and defending against Punk. I think all of this is coming up above high. I think Triple H is being directed, hey, you figure it out. Here's what we want. Here's the end game. It's your job to get us there.
And this is what is also following the title of this episode. This, to me, is also what's making it predictable as hell. When we first started out under the Triple H era, when we first started out with his booking, everybody loved it.
Yep.
Why did everybody love it?
Well, first, there's a couple reasons, but the first, and it's probably not what everybody's thinking about when we're hearing it. The reason everybody liked it originally when it started is because he had solid competition that he was trying to actually pull away from.
That's true.
Because Vince had let the WWE kind of falter and AEW was picking up ground.
That's true.
Triple H had strong competition on his ass, and he wanted to distance himself from that competition. Problem is, much like WWE, WWF in the past, as soon as he got that distance and differentiated himself, he took his foot off the gas. Now he's coasting.
And that's when it's starting to become predictable.
Yeah.
That's when you're getting me as the fan losing interest. And again, we've covered this topic many times before. I'm never going to not watch.
Right, we got a show to do.
Right, we've got a show to do.
Yeah, right,
I'm a fan. I've been a fan since I was like 5. You're never going to get me away from this stuff, right?
Yeah.
I may, however, wander to a different country, promotion, greener grass,
so
just
that's
to see
how
what's
AEW
there.
picked up traction. That's what I need WWE to remember is when Vince's stuff got way too predictable.
Yep.
Everybody was looking at the other channel just because it couldn't be predicted. I mean, the prediction was it'll be different than WWE, and that was enough for a lot of people.
So let's talk about this for a minute now. Let's transition into where is Punk? Where does this go next?
Yeah, I mean, we need to talk about where all these characters go next. So, everybody's got a new story arc building off of this, and we got to find a way to get to SummerSlam in 3 weeks.
So obviously, everybody is already saying, well, it's going to be Punk Cody at SummerSlam.
Yeah, yeah. It seems like the plan.
It seems like the plan.
Yeah.
Is that a match you want to see?
Yes, but no.
Okay. So wait a minute. So you yes, but no. Mm-hmm. Is it a match I want to see? Guess what? Yes, but no.
Yeah, I think that a lot of fans are going to end this way right now.
I want to see it. I want to see it because I can't think of a time where I've seen Punk versus Cody.
Yeah, I can't either. I mean, and when we did, it would have been dark-haired Cody that nobody gave a damn about.
Right.
So,
it would have been like, the Intercontinental Champion Cody.
Yeah. Right. And that's what I mean. Nobody gave a damn then.
Right.
And I don't even know if it happened then, to be God's honest. I can't recall anything. And that's just how non-memorable that would have been.
So do I want to see Cody Punk? Do you want to see Cody Punk?
Yeah, 100% I want to see it. I just don't want to see it now with a 3-week build.
Exactly.
If they were going to do that, it deserves the whole summer to be built
now,
too.
Can Cody and Punk go into that ring and in one night make me want to see it and make it a must-see match? Yeah. Both of them can talk their way into that, and as a fan, I'll buy everything they got to say.
They could come out Friday and sell it to me.
Right. I mean that they can do this. They can make it worthwhile. But is that truly what I want to see? No.
So
and it's
keep in mind, we're both saying no right now, but we're coming off a Raw. We haven't seen SmackDown yet, so we haven't even really given it a chance to breathe.
Right.
So, and that's what I was getting to a second ago. that match ain't a hard sell for me. I ain't been sold on it yet. That's why I say yes but no, because I haven't been sold on it yet. Right now, I'm just looking at the generic version of it. Those two guys, better than any other two guys in the company right now, can probably tell me a story over the next 3 weeks that will make me want to see that match more than anything else that I want to see at SummerSlam. I would credit those two guys as being the two guys, the only two guys in the company that can sell me a match in 3 weeks that makes me that anxious for. But is that do I want to be rushed into it? Do I want that, that instant gratification? I complained about that last week too. I don't want to be the Amazon customer. I want to be the customer that needs to go get it, or that it might take 7 to 10 days to get shipped to. I need time to resonate with it. I don't need to be, hot flashed into it just because it's available. I want, and don't get me wrong, they may do something in SummerSlam that extends the story out. And hell, those two guys could carry that story all the way to Mania, and it would be a wonderful thing. But hot shotting the match just for the point of having it, I think that's the part that's sticking with me right now. Mm-hmm. So, I'm not going to condemn it because I'm going to give them time to sell me on it. It ain't a hard sell. But
does this SummerSlam build remind you of anything recently? Kind of the build to another major pay-per-view that just kind of happened.
I was going to say everything is getting hot-shotted around here lately because they've got too many damn shows.
They've got too many masters. They've got too many people that they've got to please. And this is where it's starting to get in my crawl onto why it's so predictable. You want to catch me as a fan? You want to catch me again, capture my imagination? If you want to build Cody Punk, fine. Build Cody Punk. But you need to draw some dark shit into this conversation.
That's what I'm saying.
You need to draw some AEW shit into this.
Well, so what they can't draw into it, I don't need Punk to bring up a dead dad again.
No, I don't need to hear that. Dusty again.
Right, yeah, we don't need to hear that. I mean, no, I'm just going back to the last time we saw Punk, what he did with Roman.
Yeah.
What they tried.
I don't need that.
Because the allure of that match was wonderful, and then they took it places that made it, it almost tarnished.
Yeah, I don't need the Dusty reference again. Yeah, I don't need the failed. I don't need the failed UFC reference again.
Yeah, we don't need.
I don't need that. If you're going to tell me Cody versus Punk, give me something that is maybe we don't know.
It's got to be special.
Yeah.
I want to hear something along the lines of, I'm the guy who brought you into the other company. Because Roman did that with Punk when we did the comeback.
Correct.
Right? Roman said, hey, Punk started, I ushered you into the WWF or WWE thanks to me. And then Roman hit him back with, well, yeah, but when it was time to bring you back, who you think they called?
Yep.
And that made you feel a certain way, like, damn, Roman's got the stroke now. This is a little different. So now and of course, we're not saying the letters. Of course, we ain't gonna hear that. Mm-mm. But at some point in time,
we can call it a pissant company.
Exactly. Well, we've done that before, but then we got our asses kicked for doing it. So I mean, that was kind of a catch in the ass on that one. But no, at this point now, I want to hear when I was the president, when you were on the outs, when nobody gave a damn about hiring CM Punk, I was the guy that said, no, we'd have to have this guy because he's that caliber of talent. And then you want to hear Punk say, well, I appreciate that, but you knew you had to bring me in because I was better than you and I was going to put a better shine on that company than you ever could.
Yep.
Start talking that kind of language.
Then you got me.
Now all of a sudden.
Then you got me.
That's what I'm saying. Because this match ain't a hard sell.
No.
I'm already interested in the in-ring, but I want the story behind it. That's the road you go down. And again, we give you a free one every now and again because you ain't called to hire us yet. So since you ain't called to hire, we're going to keep throwing these little nuggets out there for you so you'll realize where your shit's coming from. But I'm telling you, go down that path with these two guys as loose as you want. The fans that give a damn will understand it.
Now, how do we screw this up?
Oh, we don't reference that.
How do we WWE this?
We go out there and we say, remember the talk we had at Rumble? Remember the talk we had? And then
before
that's the
Mania.
Only. Yeah, and then the post-Mania match, because they ran into each other post-Mania. If we only live into that and pretend that's the only history these two guys have together, that's how you F the whole thing up.
The other way that I'm thinking that you can screw this up too is you add interference on it.
Oh, you mean getting Sammy in there somewhere?
Getting Sammy.
Well,
Gunther.
you know Sammy's in there, right? So I feel like Gunther's gonna have a match at SummerSlam. I feel like Gunther's gonna be busy.
Right.
You know who the odd man out on all this is? It's Sammy.
What do you do with Sammy?
Well, what you do with Sammy is you insert him into this nonsense somewhere or another, and there's no way, and I mean zero chance that he don't get involved in that match at SummerSlam one way or the other.
If you're giving me Punk Cody, I don't want Sammy near it. I don't want it. I don't want that match tainted.
Well, then I need you not to watch night 1 of SummerSlam, sir, because his ass will be there. Yeah, his ticket's already booked. I heard Travel call him last night and told him, Sammy, we need y'all. We need your Saturday night in Minneapolis. Here's your plane ticket. His ass is there.
So this whole world that's currently revolving around the WWE Heavyweight Championship, it's interesting. I'll take that. I like what's happening with all of the stories that are happening, but there is a level of predictability to some of it. But what is not predictable here lately that we're watching unfold is our King of the Ring being able to hold court against a formidable opponent on the mic. Obafemi versus Paul Heyman in a promo battle.
Yeah.
Wasn't on my bingo card, but I love it every time it happens.
So, a little bit predictable, right? Because you know Brock ain't coming every week.
No,
now,
no.
We got,
he don't even watch the show.
We got 4 weeks to promote this Hell in the Cell, and his ass was here last week.
Yep.
His ass ain't going to be there this week.
Nope.
And we got
next week.
Right. We had the world title match, and they wanted to focus on that and all. His ass, no, he'll be there next week.
Yep.
He's already advertised, but his ass ain't going to be there the week after.
Yep.
We won't see him again till SummerSlam after he pops up next week. So that part's predictable. And then, that being said, that Paul's got to sell the match, right?
Right.
The problem I have now is, okay, again, shooting a wad. We shot our wad this week with the Oba versus Brock, or Oba versus Paul promo. Next week we get Brock back. That means we're probably going to have a face-to-face. What are we doing that next week? Because Brock's ass ain't going to be there. Do we really want to see Oba and Paul go one-on-one again after we see Brock and Oba face-to-face?
You won't get that. I think you'll get backstage vignettes.
So
yeah, I know.
Or
you'll get the via satellite conversation.
Right. So that part is good for Brock.
Yeah.
It works for Brock because, he ain't the best on the mic. He ain't the best in front of 20,000 people. That ain't his forte.
You're cooling
But that's
Oba
really,
down.
really good for Oba in front of the crowd,
right.
because the crowd, they're doing the strut, they're doing the cheer, they're yelling. You want to put Oba in front of the people.
Yeah.
Oba in front of the camera? The hell with that. That ain't selling nothing. You want to put him in front of the people. The reaction, if Oba comes out there and nobody struts, nobody chants his name, nobody gives a damn, Oba's done. At that point, he's Braun Breaker.
I do like, though, how Paul Heyman was building Brock Lesnar in this fight.
Oh.
I love the term that he coined, Brocktagon.
Yeah, well, he's an expert at this.
He's never been defeated in a Hell in a Cell. I'm interested to see, I'm interested to see how much this Hell in the Cell part comes into play, because obviously they're not Mick Foley in this.
Yeah, no, nobody's taking the big fall.
They're not going through that. But I don't know that I have seen Oba in a, let's say it like this. Even in his loss to Brock Lesnar, he wasn't so far gone that you thought Oba couldn't come back, right?
No,
Right. So I've not seen
8 F5s in before before he actually succumbs.
So I've not seen Oba in a situation I don't even know, forever, where he's been like, there's no way he's coming out of that.
Well, now wait a minute now, because I've seen it. I saw him lose to Ricky Saints, and I mean Ricky Saints put that dog in dirt. That
took 5 Revolution DDTs.
I don't even know what that means right now. But what I'm saying is Ricky Saints put that dude in the dirt. Like he said, I'm gonna be the man, and Ricky Saints was on his way to superstardom.
That was the old NXT Obafemi.
Yeah, that was we got to get this guy out of here.
That's nobody's supposed to remember that Obafemi.
Nobody is supposed to remember that. So I won't bring it up again, because I am excited for this match, this Hell in the Cell match. So I don't need to bring up losses to Ricky Saints again, because God, that's a stain. But it is what it is, right? Everybody has to lose on their way to the top.
So I'm curious to see how this is going to go. I really hope it's a straight up shoot fight. I really
gonna be as close as it can be.
I
right?
really now obviously with Brock, Brock's kind of ultimatum is, look, when you get in this ring with me, you lay it in.
Yeah,
because I'm gonna lay it in. So
well. Let's know one thing here. If we don't know everything, again, behind the scenes and all that, we're speculating, but let's know one thing here. Those two guys are working through this shit right now. There's no way they're going to go into a Hell in a Cell cold.
Yep.
They've worked this match. They've worked the hell out of this match. I'm sure they've sat down with every producer on the play, everyone who's ever. I'm sure Mark Calloway has been called in because he ain't the Taker no more. He's Office,
right?
He's
office
now. Right? So Calloway, I'm sure he's been called in. I'm sure HBK has been called in.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure every asshole who's worked the Hell in the Cell has been called in to say. I'm sure Rikishi's been called in because he worked one before. I'm sure all these guys have been called in to say, this is Oba's body type. Brock knows. Brock's done these before.
Yeah.
He's deep in these.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they've called in every expert they got to say, here, Oba, we're going to walk you through this.
Yep.
It's got to be magical. If it's going to be A, Brock's retirement, and B, Oba's actual crowning achievement, because that King of the Ring now, the crown's even gone already.
Yeah.
But we're crowning him at this. If it's going to be that, it's got to be the most memorable match of all time.
I'm requesting one thing from this match, though.
Okay.
And you're not gonna like this, but I'm requesting one thing from this match.
You want to see Brock do the strut?
Nope.
I want to see Brock do the strut.
I almost thought you would get ready to say it.
No. I want to see Brock do the strut.
I only want to see this, though, if he can do it safely. And I don't want him to go out there and kill himself.
Oh, God, I hope you're not talking about the shooting star. Yeah, no.
I want to see him attempt it one last time.
Yeah, there's videos on YouTube. You watch those. 48-year-old Brock Lesnar at 300 pounds with not as much spring in his legs as he had 20 years ago. Damn sure ain't doing that.
Paul might have to get up there to the corner himself and push Brock off.
Nah, hell, Oba's going to have to throw him up in his finishing move and just catch him by the feet and flip his ass. Them days are over. I'm here to tell you, as a fellow 48-year-old man that used to be able to do backflips back in the day, shit ain't happening. I promise it ain't happening. If it does happen, he will end his career right then and there because his ass ain't getting up.
So Brock versus Oba definitely is to me, that's the match I want to see the most. To me, that's
100%.
That's top bill for SummerSlam. I know
it won't main event night 2 because and Brock ain't sticking around 4 hours. That just ain't happening. And we got Roman.
Right.
But that's definitely the free stuff that they give away on ESPN. They don't need to get nothing else away on that.
No.
They need to run that whole hour, just focus on that match, and damn, they'll get some subscriptions to ESPN Unlimited. So now, not ours, but they'll get some.
So now let's talk about something real quick. We got about 4 or 5 minutes here before we got to wrap up the show. Let's talk about something real quick. We've talked about, in weeks past, we talked about Roman Seth.
Yeah.
We've talked about Brock Oba.
Yeah.
We've talked about Cody and
world title mess. Yeah.
We talked about all that tonight.
Yeah.
We got 2 freaking nights of SummerSlam.
Yeah.
What else are we booking here? And how quick are we going to book this crap?
So, unfortunately, we got Saturday night's main event coming up next. So, we can't focus on booking fully for SummerSlam yet because we got to focus on that. Because, again, we got too many damn shows.
Make the whole show Danhausen.
Every 2 weeks. Okay. It essentially is anyway. I mean, they're hyping up Danhausen against J.D. McDonough in Madison Square Garden. Somewhere or another, Bruno Sammartino is literally rolling over in his grave.
And I'm rolling over in
Vince Sr.
in my chair here.
Vince Sr. rolling over in Vince Jr. rolling over in his tanning bed. For Christ's sake, everybody's like, this clown's. But you said it last week. You said he's the most popular guy in the company, so he should be the world champion now because he's
everywhere at this point.
So
he's everywhere.
That being said, there's no better candidate than to headline your MSG Saturday night's main event.
Hopefully, there's something that we don't see is coming out of this. Hopefully.
Yeah, it better be Liv Morgan. That's the only thing that's going to save this. At this stage of the game, it better be that because that's the only thing saving this.
So
now we ain't cheers into Liv's new relationship now. That.
No.
Matter of fact, my drink's empty for that. Good. The hell with that. They can break up tomorrow. I got time today.
There's apparently a number 1 contenders match happening for the Intercontinental Championship next week on Raw, apparently.
All righty then.
So that's what I'm saying. Like
that'll probably be what headlines your Saturday night's main event, because they did that at the last one. Remember, they ran the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title. I could see them wandering into that.
If you're gonna,
you could put that drink down. I ain't cheersing Liv's new relationship. The hell with that. We ain't celebrating that nonsense.
If you're gonna give me though a match with the U.S. title for SummerSlam, please give me Trick versus Melo. Please.
If you're not going to run that at Saturday night's main event, that would actually be a hell of a highlight for that weekend, because those two guys tie into the New York vibe and the basketball vibe a lot. Those two guys play into that.
If you're going to give me Charlotte Jade, give me that at SummerSlam, please.
You got to push that to SummerSlam.
Please, give me that. I mean, if you're going to give me Liv Morgan, EO, you're going to give me that at SummerSlam.
So if you're going to give me Liv Morgan, no need to wait. You give me that right now. I have no reason to wait.
No need to wait.
Absolutely not.
Anytime, any day, any hour, any minute.
Matter of fact, it's time to wrap this shit up right now. Send it all, because if she's a coming, I'm a coming.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yep, that's how we close that out there.
Also, we got new tag team champions.
Didn't we just do this segment last week? We started last week's show saying, congratulations, new tag team champions. What the hell?
What happened? I know what happened.
I know what happened. That girl came in there, and all of a sudden, Dawkins couldn't control what was happening down low.
We got a minute. Let's talk about it.
Are we going to take that minute?
We're going to take that minute. Let's talk about
it. Because speaking of emerging,
Maxine Dupree.
Yeah, she leveled up.
New member of the Vision.
That ain't the level up.
But she got a member.
Yeah. She got a member. All right. Did you notice how Dawkins didn't go down right away? Like he kind of stood there and hung into it.
Just a minute.
A little too long.
Just a little too long.
I'm like, at this point now, what he went from was wrestling angle to HR issue.
It happened to Dawkins because Bianca said,
definitely what happened on the other side. Montell, no.
So Maxine Dupree, new member of the Vision potentially. Interesting. I mean, it's been teased for weeks.
It got teased until the point that Vision got irrelevant and almost made it worth nothing.
But I do hate that it came at the cost of the Street Profits. I do.
Yeah. But I mean, hey, if we're flip flopping titles all over the place anyway, I mean, we're flip flopping the world title. Let's flip flop the tag titles with it. Let's create some confusion.
Speaking of flip flop, we got to flip flop out of this episode. So.
Yeah, we definitely do. We done talked about Maxine Dupree, damn Liv Morgan. If you bring up Tiffany Stratton, I'm gonna flip flop right through this episode.
Speaking of Tiffany Stratton,
nope, not gonna do it. Tune in next week for Tiffany Stratton talk.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to today's episode. We appreciate you. Drop a line on our social media platforms. Let us know your thoughts. And as always, we thank you for listening and we bid you adieu.
Peace. Now we can talk about
today's podcast was produced by SBP. You can find our podcast on all major podcast platforms. Also, connect with us on our social media accounts. Search for The Bookers Alliance on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X.